The author and attorney Kilroy J. Olster wrote, "The mystery of existence will always remain a mystery. All we know for sure is what the ancients knew. Each succeeding generation forms a link in a braided cord of humanity. Each of our lives is shallower if we do not know and pay homage to where we came from. The past forms the world that we currently inhabit, and our actions today, comparable to our ancestors' actions of yesterday, will reverberate in the history of tomorrow. While the tools of our trades evolve from generation to generation, the way that people behave and the motives behind each of our lives is shallower if we do not know and pay homage to where we came from. The past forms the world that we currently inhabit, and our actions today, comparable to our ancestors' actions of yesterday, will reverberate in the history of tomorrow. While the tools of our trades evolve from generation to generation, the way that people behave and the motives behind their behavior remains constant. Each generation must chart that same dangerous territories of the heart. Each succeeding generation must diagnose the illnesses that imperil the mental, physical, social, and economic well-being. Life is brutally painful and extraordinarily joyful. Whenever someone dies, part of the human experience is to struggle with our comprehension of the great mysteries of life and death. It's a near universal response. This takes a different shape and meaning today as we come to mark the life of Beverly A. Walsh. Because as her conservator, attorney Robert Nacarado, has said to me, she herself was a mystery in many ways, in most all ways. We do not know much about her. We know that she lived in Southington for a time. We know that she was born on April 25th of 1934. When you search her online, you could confirm those details, but you find no relatives, no criminal record, no phone number, no email address, no traffic records, no social media, no photographs. We know that in the year she was born, the Flash Gordon comic strip was first published in the United States, that Italy beat Czechoslovakia in the World Cup, that Persia became Iran, and that the International Telecommunications Union was established. But we do not know if she ever fell in love, what made her laugh more than anything, whether she supported Kennedy or Nixon, or how she would describe her lot in life. Beverly Walsh is a mystery. Langston Hughes wrote, "Dear lovely death, that taketh all things under wing, never to kill, only to change, into some other thing, this suffering flesh to make it either more or less, but not again the same. Dear lovely death, change is thy other name." As we stand here on this day, I can't help but to wonder, did she have a faith or a worldview that guided her? Were there great lessons that she learned that she would have to share with us? What were her hobbies? Who made up her family? What were her contributions to this world, and what differences did she make? We all bring something to this world by the very nature of our presence. So while we may have more questions than answers, we still gather today with purposeful intention as we honor that which we do not know. Every life is worth celebrating. Every person is worth honoring. We trust that Beverly Walsh had experiences, relationships, knowledge, hopes, fears, struggles, heartache, joy, and more. The full range of the human journey. She matters because she was here, so we honor her. When someone is a mystery, it is a mystery as to how we should pay our respects. Frankly, we are not certain what is appropriate. We fall back to what we know and what we have experienced. We seek what brings us comfort and familiarity, but we hope it does not go contrary to the individual who we aim to respect. I am reminded of the words of the late American Trappist monk and mystic Thomas Merton. He offered a prayer where he wrote, "I have no idea where I am going. I do not see the road ahead of me. I cannot know for certain where it will end, nor do I really know myself. And the fact that I think I am following your will does not mean that I'm actually doing so. But I believe that the desire to please you does in fact please you." So as we hope that from the other side of life, Beverly looks upon us and recognizes that although our efforts may be imperfect, we come here with a desire to honor her, and that our desire to do that in a way that she would find pleasing does in fact please her. So let us explore some of the varied ways that people pay respects to a life lived among us. Perhaps it would be fitting to embrace the practice of silence. So we take a moment to do that now, to listen to the sounds of nature around us, the quiet of a stilled community, and to take a few moments to pay respect and to mark the life that Beverly had here among us. Perhaps it would be fitting to embrace the practice of song. So we take a moment now to do that, to listen to music and allow it to touch our soul as we listen and reflect and take a few moments to pay respect and mark that Beverly was here among us.
Rose and flows of angel hair, ice cream castles in the air, and feather canyons everywhere. I've looked at clouds that way, but now they only block the sun. They rain and snow on everyone. So many things I would have done, but clouds got in my way. I've looked at clouds from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's clouds, illusions I recall. I really don't know clouds at all. Moons and Junes and Ferris wheels, the dizzy dancing way you feel as every fairy tale comes real. I've looked at love that way, but now it's just another show. You leave them laughing when you go, and if you care, don't let them know. Don't give yourself away. I've looked at love from both sides now, from up and down, and still somehow it's love's illusions I recall. I really don't know love at all. Tears and fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud. Dreams and schemes and circus crowds, I've looked at life that way, but now old friends are acting strange. They shake their heads, they say I've changed. Well, something's lost and something's gained in living every day. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow It's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. I've looked at life from both sides now, from win and lose, and still somehow it's life's illusions I recall. I really don't know life at all. Ooh.
Perhaps it would be fitting that we embrace the practice of poetry. So we take a moment now to do that, to listen to the words of the poet Robert Frost, to embrace the opportunity to see the world anew through the written word, and to take a few moments to pay respect and mark that Beverly was here among us. Nature's first green is gold, her hardest hue to hold, her early leaves a flower, but only so an hour. Then leaf subsides to leaf, so Eden sank to grief, so dawn goes down to day, nothing gold can stay. Perhaps it would be fitting to reflect on sacred texts, to listen to ancient words of wisdom that have guided the paths of countless souls across generations, and to take a few moments to pay respect and to mark that Beverly was here among us. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award me on that day, and not only to me, but also to all who have loved his appearing. We lay you to rest here, Beverly, in this ground made sacred and hallowed by others who have been buried here before you, set aside for those of us who will follow. It is our hope that though we may not have the full knowledge of how it was that you navigated this life, that we show our appreciation that you were here, that we understand that the ripples you made here impact our world and all of us in ways that we may not fully know, but will strive to appreciate. It is our hope that here you rest in peace. Let us close with a blessing. Be free, be strong, be proud of who you have been, that you will be mourned and missed, that no one can replace you, that you have loved and are beloved. Move beyond form, flowing like water, feeding on sunlight and moonlight, radiant as the stars in the night sky. Pass the gates, enter the dark without fear, returning to the womb of life to steep in the cauldron of rebirth. Rest, heal, grow young again. Be blessed. Let us go in peace.